Today I'm taste testing Boozy eggnog because, well, someone has to. It's a tale as old as time. You're running late to the end of year thing that you said you'd bring a bottle to, so you stop at any of the chain grocery stores that forces their hourly staff to work the holidays. You want to bring a bottle of Boozy eggnog, but they have several, and which, if any, are good. I got you. I went to one such chain, bought a bunch of Boozy eggnog, and I'm going to try them for your education, and hopefully entertainment. To keep the playing field level, I'll be trying them straight out of the bottle, without the addition of nutmeg or anything else that might improve them. First up is Pennsylvania Dutch. I thought it would be appropriate to start here, since this is what got me into eggnog, long before I started bartending. The label says it's made with real dairy, rum, brandy, and blended whiskey. 14.75% ABV. I paid $13.99 for this bottle. This actually is pretty good. In the time between when I discovered this stuff and now, I've turned into a massive eggnog snob. I drink my body weight of the stuff every year, experimenting with different spirit combinations. And this holds up surprisingly well. This kind of reminds me of eggnog you'd buy out of a carton and add booze to, but that's not such a bad thing. The flavors that are here are nice. It is a little thick, but it's probably had emulsifiers added to it to stabilize it. Overall, I would give this an 8 out of 10. Next up is Christian Brothers Holiday Nog. The label proudly proclaims that it's made with the finest brandy, natural eggnog flavor, and yellow dye number 5. This is the weakest of the bunch at 10% ABV, and it costs $9.99. Natural eggnog flavor. I guess that's why it's called Holiday Nog. And look, the yellow dye number 5 seems to have collected at the bottom of the bottle. Oh, this isn't bad, it just tastes fake. It's also rather thin, which I like in homemade eggnog, but this has me longing for the consistency of the Pennsylvania Dutch. This does have some familiar eggnog flavors, but overall I'd say this is the Steve Buscemi with a skateboard version of eggnog, which is kind of a letdown because overall I have nothing against Christian Brothers. I found it to be an adequate and cost-effective substitute for cognac and cocktails, but here, it ain't doing the trick. Weak and artificial tasting. About the only thing this thing has going for it is the price. I'd say 4 out of 10. Oh, no. Moving on, we have Midnight Moon Moonshake, made with moonshine, vanilla cream eggnog, whatever that is, and yellow dye number 5. 17% ABV, $21.99. I do like the packaging on this one, and making it with a white dog is an interesting move. Let's see how it turns out. This has an intrinsic artificialness to it that is kind of off-putting. Make no mistake, it's better than the Christian Brothers, but there's something in there that I find disagreeable. Could be the vanilla, could be the white dog, I don't know. I've made great eggnog with mezcal, but I think that the best eggnog is made with barrel-aged spirits. There's something about the flavor notes that barrel aging brings, along with the tannins, that just works really well in eggnog. And that's lacking here. But as you've already seen, you could do worse. 6 out of 10. I am feeling the heat on this one a little bit more, so if you bring this to a party where people just want to get the job done, this will take you there faster. Next is Evan Williams. Bourbon, blended whiskey, rum, brandy, and an unspecified liqueur. The side label says it also has peppermint, white chocolate, and is finished with holiday spices. 15% ABV, $9.99. Bourbon and blended whiskey? Okay. And this one also has yellow dye number 5. The last two I get, but this one's kind of disappointing. Eggnog doesn't need and shouldn't have artificial color. This tastes like dessert. The peppermint and white chocolate are front and center, but it works. I would probably like this more if the only booze component were Evan Williams, and it is a little sweet for my palate, but if you like sweeter drinks, you'll probably like this. 7 out of 10. Yeah, surprisingly good. And now, misunderstood oat nog. This is dairy and egg free, making it the only vegan option I could find. Oat milk liqueur and misunderstood whiskey, which incidentally is from Bardstown, Kentucky. 14% ABV, $25.99. I'm surprised. So far this is the most natural tasting bottle of the bunch, which is surprising because generally speaking I don't like milk substitutes and I've never found a vegan eggnog recipe that I liked. But other than that, this is quite satisfactory. The lack of fake ingredients really shows. 8 out of 10. If you're vegan or want to try something vegan, this one's a slam dunk. Well done. I'm actually excited about this next one. Cutwater Tiki Nog, made with Cutwater Bali High rum, coconut cream liqueur, allspice, cinnamon, pineapple and coconut flavors, and caramel coloring. 20% ABV and the most expensive of the bunch at $26.99. Ideally this would have no coloring, but caramel is preferable to yellow number 5. Plus I like the transparency of the label. It even has the date it was made. Yeah, I like the Cutwater RTDs, especially the Mai Tai. They're boozy as fuck and they remind me of nightclub drinks, but they're also good. And this kind of reminds me of one of those. The pineapple and the coconut definitely come through, and the texture is nice too. If you get a bottle of this to bring to a party, make sure and get a second bottle to take home for yourself. 9 out of 10. And for the first time, pouring myself a little extra. Next is the wild card, Screwball Peanut Butter Nog, made with dairy and natural flavors, but if you're allergic to peanuts or sesame, you're SOL on this one. 14.75% ABV, $19.99. I'm curious about this one because as flavored whiskey goes, Screwball ain't bad. It's irreplaceable in my favorite beer cocktail and lacks that artificial flavor that afflicts most other flavored booze I've had. Yeah. This is a little thick for my taste. I would definitely serve it over ice, but that peanut butter flavor that you would expect is definitely there. This is fun. The thing is, I could reverse engineer this and come up with something that I know would be better, but I lack the time and the drive, so if you like Screwball, definitely give this a shot. 9 out of 10. And I saved the best for last. Buzzballs Eggnog, made with premium rum other than standard orange wine, cream, and natural flavors. 15% ABV, and this little guy was $3.99. Here we go. It's the other than standard orange wine that has me here. It does taste like eggnog, but it's also unnaturally thin, almost watery, making it quite unpleasant. The texture mixed with that artificial orange flavor makes this a pass. With all due respect to the good people at Buzzballs, this isn't eggnog. It's a gag gift. And the more I try it, the less I like it. I'm giving this a 3 out of 10. Give any of these bottles a shot if they interest you, but if you want eggnog, you know what I'm about to say. Just make it from scratch. It's easy, and if you have a stick blender, you can do it right in the bowl, like I do here. In fact, I like making it in the bowl. I like to show people how the sausage is made, so to speak. Did I miss your favorite brand? Let me know in the comments. Merry Christmas, and cheers.